Alright, people. So I'm here with the second investigation, or part two, I guess, into the insider trading. Um, Today we're going to cover what Andres von Bulow, his name is. He's he served as Secretary of State in the German Federal Ministry of Defense and Minister for Research and Technology um, in Germany. So, German politician, basically. Um, Pretty much saying yes, there is insider trading. Um, we're also going to cover what a 9/11 victim's family member said on the SEC, not the football league, but the yeah, what's it called? The SEC. I know it's something security exchanges. I don't know. It's basically there to protect the stock market and like insider trading and fraud and shit like that. And we're also going to cover a New York Times article in which an FBI person got charged for ties with insider trading and shit. So I guess we'll start off with this one. Andres von Bulow. He's on the Alex Jones show. They got the whole transcript on prisonplanet.tv, which is one of their websites. So I will post that below, or in the description. Hopefully I will remember to do that. But I just copied and pasted it and printed it out on Microsoft Word. I'm going to read the whole thing here. Okay, I'll start off here. Well, the insider trading. Everybody knows that there was news about insider trading, which I've been saying. There was insider trading, I think altogether $15 billion. And there was speculation about going down of United Airlines and American Airlines. Both airlines which were attacked by 9/11 and other things. So normally you could find out, because I think the CIA together with the financial department, the Treasury, they developed this watching the markets to find out speculation about going on terrorist attacks. So they could immediately find out if there were something going on, and they could find out. And in this case, 9/11, the NSA people, which are the guys watching via satellites, the whole of the transactions going on Earth, they told people to destroy the tapes. They had tapes about this interior trading. They said they had to destroy them, so they are not any longer proof. So he's basically saying, the CIA and the NSA, they probably have ties to insider trading, and he accuses them of destroying tapes, destroying NSA tapes, or destroying tapes on the insider trading. Is it true or not? I don't know, because I haven't really seen anything about that. But this guy, like what I say about people who, say it's an inside job and who actually have been in government, like the head of the Star Wars program, who I will probably cover later on the 9/11 investigation series. They know their shit. They know the dirty politics, and they're not just going to come out and say, "Oh, 9/11 was an inside job to get attention." Because if you come out and speak out against the government, like the government targets you. You become a target almost. You got like a target on your back because the government doesn't like when you speak out against them. So he's basically saying, yeah, they destroyed the tapes, they destroyed the evidence. Now we're gonna go to a 9/11 victim's family member. This is from a government website here. I think it's from the 9/11 Commission hearings. I'll read the part about the SEC here. The terrorist lucky streak began the week before the September 11th with the that's what it's saying, Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC. The SEC, in concert with the United States intelligence agencies, has sophisticated software programs that are used in real time to watch both domestic and overseas markets to seek out trends that may indicate a present or future crime. In the week prior to 9/11, both the SEC and the U.S. intelligence agencies ignored one major stock market indicator, one that could have yielded valuable information with regard to the September 11th attacks. And we know that they sent a warning too. They sent a warning, like I think it was like the day before actually, about this. I believe that there's just so much information with 9/11 and previous information. It's hard to keep track of it. But I believe they said they sent in like a warning or something like that because they saw like the trends. Um, on the Chicago Board Options Exchange during the week before 9/11, put options were purchased on American and United Airlines, the two airlines involved in the attacks. The investors who placed these orders were gambling that in the short term the stock prices of both airlines would plummet. Never before on the Chicago Exchange were such large amounts of United and American options traded. These investors netted a profit of at least $5 million after the 9/11 attacks. Interestingly, the names of the investors remain undisclosed and the $5 million remains unclaimed. Why these aberrant trades were not discovered prior to 9/11? Who were the individuals who placed these trades? Have they been investigated? Who was responsible for monitoring these activities? Have those individuals been held responsible for their actions? And that's basically what I've been saying, that I said in my last video. With all the technology we got, we should be able to locate these people, and find out who made the trade. And then we're going to go to this New York Times article, which is titled, U.S. suggests without proof stock advisor knew of 9/11. And it's a 2-page article, so again, I'll probably put all these in the description. And if I don't, just look them up. I mean, just search the title. I show it on here, so just search the title. Or if you find more information on it, always comment it below. Now I'm going to start off here. A San Diego stock advisor who was accused of bribing an FBI agent to give him confidential government information may have had prior knowledge of the September 11th attacks, a federal prosecutor said yesterday, but a judge disregarded that contention, and the advisor's lawyer called the allegations ludicrous. In a court hearing in San Diego, Kenneth Breen, an assistant U.S. attorney, said the advisor, I don't know how to say the name, Amar Abraham El-Gindi, tried to sell $300,000 in stock on the afternoon of September 10th and told his broker that the stock market would soon plunge. Perhaps Mr. El-Gindi had pre-knowledge of September 11th, and rather than report it, he attempted to profit from it, Mr. Breen said. Mr. Breen, coordinator of the stock market unit of a government task force set up to investigate financing for terrorist groups, offered no evidence that Mr. El-Gindi had prior knowledge of the attacks. There's no direct, I guess, information, but if he tries to sell $300,000 worth of stock, and it's like before the event, I mean, that's pretty, it's either, that must be a pretty big coincidence, where do we leave off here? A lawyer for Mr. El-Gindi said the allegation appeared to be motivated by the fact that Mr. El-Gindi is Muslim and was born in Egypt. Senior FBI officials also said they had no evidence that Mr. El-Gindi had prior knowledge of the attacks. Let me go down to the bottom here. Mr. El-Gindi and 4 other people, including one current and one former FBI agent, were charged Wednesday with using confidential government information to manipulate stock prices and extort money from companies. So there you go, people. Jeffrey A. Royer, who was an FBI agent before joining Mr. El-Gindi's stock advisory firm in December, accepted $30,000 from a partner of Mr. El-Gindi in exchange for providing Mr. El-Gindi with information about current criminal investigations of companies, prosecutors allege. Mr. El-Gindi and his partner, Derek W. Cleveland, sold short the shares of companies that they learned were under investigation, according to the indictment. Then Mr. El-Gindi publicized the negative information on the 2 websites he ran, hoping the company's stocks would fall, prosecutors said. So, pretty much this guy, El-Gindi, they were charged with using confidential government information. And this article is from 2002. So you figure he probably had some ties with insider trading. I mean, if you sell $300,000 worth of stock on the afternoon of September 11th, I mean, that's pretty eye-opening, But, I don't know. Just an article to point out there. But yeah, that's pretty much going to conclude the information on insider trading. And from the looks of it, something does seem suspicious from it, because, again, the warning signs should have been there, and the claim that they make now is, there was warnings but they couldn't line up the dots. Like there was warnings from like each agency had their warnings, but they couldn't communicate, which I don't really buy. Like with the American technology and everything we have, I think we should have been able to stop this with all the information we had. And like with this, the stock prices, the stock, the purchases on the stocks, it rose like by a big amount. So I mean that should have been an eye opener right there. And there was no reason to buy it. There was no reason. I mean there was, but they didn't know about it. So and the only people who would have had knowledge of the September 11th attacks were, government people, and Al Qaeda. Or maybe I know Alex Jones predicted it, and I think Bill Cooper did too. Um, but yeah, I mean, insider trading. Did it happen? Of course, it happened. But who did it? Probably won't know for sure. But if I had to take a guess on it, I would say it's the government. Because as I said, Al Qaeda was probably more concerned about just doing the act as opposed to profiting off it, and they wanted to stay low probably. So there you go, people. There's my investigation into the insider trading. So there you go.